Okay, hello everyone, just getting things started up. As we can see, just over 2 minutes left to just make sure we have people able to filter through for the stream. So yeah, unfortunately I wasn't able to do Tuesday stream because I came down with a bout of food poisoning. Isn't that all brilliant? Hello there Arwin, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Yeah, like I said, had a bout of food poisoning which impacted my ability to concentrate enough to actually do a stream on Tuesday. So we are starting about 15 minutes earlier than usual, so we'll be able to get a bit of extra time in, and fingers crossed maybe on Saturday we'll be able to do a longer stream as well to wrap all of this up, because we are going to be hopping over to Crusader Kings 3 with the Fate of Iberia DLC pack. That's going to be our plan from Tuesday, and that's going to be our new series starting then. Hello there Blue Cornflower, welcome in, hope your day's been going well. And yeah, Arwin, so obviously thankfully getting better from food poisoning, I've actually been able to concentrate and do my day-to-day stuff, able to come back and obviously do some streaming, and I've been trying to do a few tweaks to my avatar. Haven't 100% got it there yet. I've been trying to basically get different outfits and such done, and unfortunately one of the ones that I've tried, I think I may actually be able to just briefly show that. And Blue Cornflower, yeah, I'm pretty much recovered now. But yeah, this is the one that I've been trying, which is, you can kind of see that the shirt is not that good, and I probably need to actually redo the mouth at some point, because this is just way too flappy for my liking. It just goes way too much into the emphasis, so we're sticking with the standard one. We're sticking with this one for the time being for a bit longer. And 1 second, there we go. So let me just switch screens. So this was where we were where we left off last time, pretty much right in the middle of a war that I completely forgot that one of our fleets was marked to be passive, so they wouldn't actually do anything. Is slightly annoying. Okay, so we've got the Direxlo merging with the Force. So we'll unpause and just let that
construction
run.
complete.
So obviously we are also,
the enemy is targeting one of our stations.
Yeah, we are probably going to lose all of this territory back up here just because
The cowards have destroyed one of our spaceports.
So we'll minimise the
Our
factions,
ships have been
civilian
made superior.
ships. We'll keep open most of our sectors. The shipyards and star bases we can probably minimise as well, just to make the outline a little bit easier to read. So that is just a scientist levelling up. Fleet missing in action. We've got unspent civic points, relic activation,
achieved.
scientific breakthrough. So let's see, what ones do we have here that could be useful for us. Okay, well, we'll go for the shield capacitor. Might as well get that one cleared out. Stormfire autocannons or defense platform hull points. I think we'll go for the hull points because that will be done in 10 months. Hopefully that will aid us at least a tiny little bit.
Complete.
Okay, so there are our 2 fleets. And let me just basically remember what I was going to do. So these are passive or aggressive. Okay. So yes, I think we will set them to an aggressive stance, both of them. Just so that while we are in Wenkwart, we have at least a little bit of defensive capabilities. So we are going to need a massive amount of alloys to get that back on track. Rather unfortunately, especially seeing as we have... Actually, that's only a fleet of 8,500 there. That's... Well, I'm not going to say we could probably take it. I'm not going to say we could probably take it, but if we planned it decently, such as instance if we upgraded this Starhold, got it a few modules, got it a few modules, got it a few defences, we could potentially push through and get that at some point. So yeah, hope your day has been going decently, Blue Cornflower. And anything particularly of note been happening? Anything particularly of note been happening in your part of the world as well, Arwin, if you're wanting to share? Otherwise, we will just sit back and hopefully get this war resolved at some point. With the Kira Mulan Stellar Union has been destroyed, so we're getting quite a few of these. So there is one start that you can do, which is basically a doomed homeworld. Oh, and I also found out that apparently these hyper relays don't actually do what I thought they would and allow you to actually branch a thing across there. No, they just make it so that you can travel between points easier. So actually having one kind of running down kind of the central spine of our thing would be, you know, would be useful, because that would mean that our ships and friendly fleets would be able to move down there faster, but enemy fleets wouldn't be able to do so. Hello there, Saint Sarah and Ignis Eternus. Thank you for popping in and chatting. Stellaris vibes, indeed. Igneous. Sorry, I don't know why my brain wanted to say Ingus there. Yeah, we've got this today, and oh, thank you for the follow. So we have today and Saturday are our last two Stellaris streams for the time being. Tuesday we are hopping over to Crusader Kings 2. And Saint Sarah, brain too small for Stellaris, monkey nuance, no understanding economic efficiency. Easy way to do it. Numbers in white, good. Numbers in red, bad. Though you will sometimes see me actually kind of configuring my economy.
Special project complete.
So we can have stored 60,000 credits, 25,000 minerals, food, consumer goods, and alloys. So if we somehow get to a position where we actually manage to max them out, I tend to actually start selling them. Monkey brain always make numbers red. Citizen complain about needing food. Very needy. Yeah, are in white good, red bad. What kind of empire are we playing? So we are playing with the newest DLC. We started off as the Imperial Fiefdom. So start as a vassal of an advanced AI empire and gain the option to choose a specialist empire vassal type. So we did start off with that, and we decided to be a Scholarium. So we were scientifically minded. Hence why we have... Oh goodness. I swear there was one of these that we had that was actually good for science, but I can't 100% remember it at the moment. But either way... Excuse me one moment. Always gotta hate it when you feel like you need to sneeze on stream. Fanatic Materialist is the exact opposite of your playstyle. Well, I kind of almost always go for Militarist. I almost never go for Pacifist, just because I always seem to be in the mindset of kind of taking over the galaxy with war rather than diplomacy. And also we did manage to pick up the psionic traits as well, so we just finished reaching into the shroud. So after days of being locked in an hypnotic trance, our psychics in the conclave of telepaths have finally managed to open a brief gateway into the shroud. So we can now indeed reach in and see what it has to say for us. Or say to us. So reach into the shroud for 1,000 energy? Yeah, let's do that. So there is a presence here occupying this entire part. It seems unaware of us as of yet. Medium probability of success. No. As we reach out for the presence, we can feel it stirring. An enormous wave of psionic energy crashes against us. When they come to, they notice one of their number is mixing. Mixodem is nowhere to be found, and where he was standing there is now only the psionic trace of a small rift, as though the entity reached out into our world and dragged him into the shroud for, well, who knows what reason or purpose really. So, oh my goodness, that was our admiral? Wait, hang on. Okay, it's not that one. It's not that one. Wait, what? Do we have a spare admiral? Do we have a spare admiral just hanging around? Okay, technically... okay, I think, yeah. Congratulations. Congratulations. Basically, the admiral of the fleet that is missing in action was apparently part of the psionic group and has just died. Oh, you gotta love those random things that just happen like that. Oh dear. Yeah, my problem with okay, not necessarily a problem with pacifism, Igneous, but it's... I tend to find that the best defense always seems to be a good offense. Okay, so this group is becoming more egalitarian. That's fine. How is this doing? So 300 and something days. Maybe not. And or also going back to the economy thing, Saitzer. I always seem to have trouble with consumer goods. I don't know what it is. But the one thing that I always seem to run out of so easily is consumer goods. People just seem to always be buying like a bloody toaster every week or something. They are so demanding on that. So demanding on that. So when is this going to return? Oh good, only in 3 months. I think that one was technically missing for 18 months, maybe? 18 months in total.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Okay, there's our defense platform up. So what can we get? So, okay. Once again, I have little recollection of which of the weapons and such are going to be good. So I am just going to get that snip guide thing that I've been using for the past couple of streams, if I can find it. I can find where I put it. Is always a good thing. There it is. And yes, people are always wanting things. It's like, what is it with you kids? Every other day it's food, food, food. Every other day it's food, food, food. Okay, so advanced railgun is not that great, but it potentially will lead us down to some better stuff. Whether that's just the next level or not, I don't know, but we'll go for that anyway. So we do have a couple of jobs. Oh, unemployed pops will not automatically migrate, probably because these two are Savannah Arid. No, you should be fine to migrate across, unless you are...
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Arid preference, residence, no population or colonial... no migration controls. Maybe it's just because there's no jobs around. Who knows? Ooh, sapient combat simulations. I just have to love how much people enjoy redeeming that one. And okay, plasma throwers. Plasma throwers are kind of okay. Let's actually try that. It's 10 months. That should be fine. 10 months. And there we go. We need more consumer goods, because of course we do. And we could probably... Oh. Is that... Ah, there we go. So we've got people, hopefully should be flitting over to do the mining jobs there. So hollow theatres, that will just keep tanking our consumer goods, unfortunately for that. So we do have a habitat that has absolutely no new options available to it. So let's have a look. I believe we should have the ability to build an orbital ring. We should have researched that. So I'm going to just have a look. Of course, I have no idea which one it is in. I think it is engineering. So let me just see. This is going to be when I saw it and just completely skipped over it. There we go. Unlock megastructure orbital ring. So, seeing as I kind of overlooked it a little bit, let's see if we can actually get one going. We can get one orbital ring going, and that will also help, hopefully help out our economy at least a little bit. How much are consumer goods going for? Ouch. That is actually pretty high. That is actually pretty high. How much is everything else? Well, food's tanking, so apparently the galaxy's producing plenty of food. Alloys, not the highest I've seen them. Yeah, that's all okay. We're obviously making 10 exotic gases a month. So if we wanted to make even more absurd amounts of energy credits, we could do that. There you are, unfortunately, all the way over on the opposite side of the galaxy, and we don't actually need to recruit a new admiral because we do have you. So you're stationed in Aurelia A. I think we will probably leave you there just in case. I don't think we want to risk sending you out against any other people. And also, sorry, this is one thing that you will have to get used to. I do kind of go on to tangents, chop and change things. So, Igneous, our founder empire is these people. Here we go. So after about 60 years, the whole empire kind of collapsed, and all of these little territories in purple are part of our former liege lord. These brown ones were also part of it, but are ones that we managed to vassalize before they could get things together, and now they are only regarded as superior to us military wise. So we definitely have the potential to slip in and, you know, maybe turn them into a vassal. We could maybe turn them into a vassal.
Construction complete.
Okay, there is our construction ship, and let's see, build megastructure orbital ring. So it costs 50 influence, 1,000 alloys, which we have just gotten, and will take 2 years to do. Well, why not? Why not? And yeah, we also had an interesting event. I think this was in like the very first stream, but so went warp prime in our territory, Gaia world, and with a keeper above it. So that did lead to some interesting situations and scenarios. How is this doing? So we could honestly just settle the status quo, and we would actually get drift mark. Yeah. Yes. There we go. We will accept this for now. So we actually have one inroad to their territory now.
Achieved.
And I have no idea who you are. You have close borders to me. Absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. Tachyon Lance. That is... If I am looking at the right thing, yes. That is an exercise weapon. Edicts Fund, basic intel level. Naval capacity. Oh, we'll go for galactic bureaucracy and just get that a little bit.
Relam, Eklos, Gerepo.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Oh, whoops. How long has that been going on for? Whoops. Sorry. Oh, jeez. Okay, I think it's a good thing I have closed captions on, because people should have at least had the option to see that. Oh my goodness, I am so sorry about that. Oh god, how long was that like that? Oh, for 10 minutes, Oh, sorry. Anyway, thankfully nothing too interesting, I don't think. Nothing too interesting, I don't think. Okay, we have a tradition available. So, building upkeep and district upkeep, or... Yeah, I think I will do that one. So, I think that was... I probably muted myself because I felt like I was going to sneeze, didn't want to sneeze on stream. I did go and unmute myself, but apparently I didn't actually do it properly. So, I apologise about that. But hopefully, like I was saying, we do have our first orbital ring coming up here. And once that is done, we'll be able to actually see what kind of things we can do. So the Panaxalas, we are...
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
In a truce with them for another 9 years, so we won't be able to do anything. We have the Maulders Empire here, which has way too many stuff. The Abyssal Ascendancy, which is a xenophobic empire, but they need to come through the Mauld Empire to do anything. And the 001 Matrix, which they kind of have to come all the way up here to attack us. So our other option is the Mandasura Collective, but I think we'll probably just bump the speed up once more and just run through a bunch of research, getting resources together, and making sure we have different options. And gene modification, let's go for that one. Because what I'd really like is to start buying some alloys, but they are expensive. Those are expensive. So unemployed populars should automatically migrate, which is going to be a good thing. No extra housing, 1 amenities, so we'll build a city district there. Probably be worth getting another one in there at some point. But we've got enough housing and amenities for the moment. You are more than perfectly fine.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
You're also good, you're also good. So technology, there we go. And... yeah, I think what I'm going to do here, seeing as we seem to be getting the same ones just flipping through, I think we'll just pick up all of the cheaper ones and make sure we have those covered, because those will get them out of the way and maybe open up new options for technology to come through. And then also we need that orbital ring, 96%. So that is good. Oh, well, okay, I did not mean to zoom right into the star. I will say the one thing that this always makes me think about is going and playing the X series of games, because the views of like planets and suns and systems like this just remind me so much of that. But I know that if I start streaming that is going to take up, like, I think a good few months if I'm going to do that. Will it be fun? Yes. Will it take a lot of time? Also, yes. So we should have... so that is our orbital ring completed. So this does work like a standard shipyard or starbase.
Breakthrough achieved.
So there we go. So let's pause for a moment while we actually take stock of this. So module slots. So habitation module. So high-speed space elevators allow the planet to extend its habitation, resource storage and refinement facilities. So it gives +1 max district. Orbital shipyard, +1 shipyard capacity. Anchorage, +4 naval capacity. Defense guns, defense batteries, and planetary defense hangars. Oh. That just seems really tasty. And to upgrade it, we need Star Fortress technology. That's good to know. So we can only build 4 modules from the looks of it. So we need to be aware of what we want. Need to be aware of what we want here. So defense hangars, defense batteries, defense guns are pretty much all the same. Probably not going to bother with the orbital anchorage just because I don't think that is like +4 naval capacity just from 1. Orbital shipyard, maybe. We'll do 2 habitation modules, so that will get us 2 extra No, I don't want to do that. I'm sorry, I'm going to cancel. Change my mind. But yes, that is going to be very, very useful for us in the short term. So do we have any planets that actually have a bonus to anything? No. So let's actually send our... that's not the construction ship. Let's send this one over here and build an orbital ring around that one, because then we'll be able to get some more facilities there. And then we have our other construction ship. We can come over here and let's just go, where is, it's over here, because that is our, yeah. Okay. I was trying to see if we could be a little bit cheeky. No, unfortunately we can't build an orbital ring around a habitat. Unfortunately. So that one will need to come down here to Gilprium Prime. And so yeah, it's lacking 515. Who are you? Excuse me? Hello there, I'm not a bot. Hello, welcome to the stream. Hope your day's been going okay. Why are you in my territory? I think you are really far away. Yeah, you're pretty far away from where your home territory is. And actually, speaking of that, or tangentially related, let's have a look at... Okay, you are superior. So you're not going to accept subjugation. No. Will you? No. Even worse. Hostile attitude -1,000. Oh. Just missed a technology finishing there. So... yeah, once again, Corvette hull points, we'll just get that one finished. The modification will be done in 7 months. And we could do a relic activation. Yes. We are making 129 minerals a month. That was a bit loud. But we can do that. Sure. You want to declare me your rival? I'll declare you my rival right back. Your fleet power is pathetic and your research or technology is equivalent. That sounded a lot better in my head. So because of those extra 5,000, we can now go back to what we were going to do and build another orbital ring there. So this was our Forge world, which means basically industrial district upon industrial district.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
I'm just trying to figure out, did I mean to do that last stream, or did I mean to do that and I just completely misread what I was intending to do? I mean, it's completely possible. So, research on that one done. There's our Star Fortress, we might as well get that one up and running. Low stability. Reguvis Prime. Why? 18% pop approval rating. Okay, so what population do we have here then? 12%. 37% xenophile. Happiness is 0. Oh dear. And 25% egalitarian. Happiness is 0. Oh. That's probably not good. Why do we have slaves? Yo. Okay, this may be because obviously we have migration treaties and the like, and people are just coming through regardless, so there we go. No, you are a slave no more, you will just have general residency. Feel free to do your whatever. Yeah, okay. No idea. Has that changed anything really? Okay, 32%, not as bad.
Scientific breakthrough
Egalitarian
achieved.
is still 0%. Xenophile is now 30%. Okay, that's good. Someone is a little bit happier now. Ooh. That looks like a fun one, but no. A leader lifespan plus 10 years. Might as well make sure we're getting some use out of all of the high level people we now have. And it was 2325? Was it? 2326. So yeah, we still got a load of time. And I really wish that we had an even higher fast speed just to get things flowing. Just to get things flowing a bit better. So okay, that was actually probably half of our issue. We had this one as a forge world rather than a factory world. So we do have artisan specialists on that one. So industrial world. So industrial district build speed, artisan upkeep and metallurgist upkeep. Winkwort is our tech world because we get ridiculous bonuses from that one. Gilprim is our mining world, needless to say, and Suamo is our empire capital. And yes, we do have an awful lot of things we can actually upgrade. Obviously I'm wanting to make sure we balance that out, because this needs an upkeep of 2 energy, whereas this is 5 energy, and that would be why I actually built, why we have so many rare gases, exotic gases. Ugh. Brain engage. That would be why we have so many exotic gas things coming in a month, because I prepped it all for upgrading all of these things. What's that need for an upkeep? 2 volatile motes. We could do that. And you know what? Let's upgrade 2 of our research complexes. So that will go from 2 research jobs to that's the wrong thing, 4. So hopefully yeah, I'm not a bot. I think my brain is still a little bit off. It doesn't help that I'm one of those people who has or used to have the habit of starting up a game, playing for X amount of time, putting it down, coming back to it a couple of months later, and then just going, Okay, I have no memory of how to play this game, what I was doing when I left it,
breakthrough achieved.
and how to do anything, so I'm going to have to just completely restart. I barely ever finish games. I barely ever finish games. And when you combine that with my tendency to play what I tend to call atypical or open-ended games, which is what strategy games like Stellaris and Crusader Kings 3 involve in, simulation like The Sims, or roguelikes, seeing as those tend to be quite a few of the main genres I play. Yeah, I tend to not overly finish too many games. So we do have create a penal colony. The entire world is set aside as a massive penal colony. So if we needed to do that, we could. Climate restoration allows us to terraform ecologically devastated worlds. Words, difficult. Auto-curating bulb. I think we've seen that one pop up again. Tomb world habitability. We do have Sifra Prime is our tomb world in the Empire. And it's not that expensive, all things considered. That will take us 17 months. So we will go ahead and do that appropriately. And our transport fleet. We'll just tell you to return and dock, so that should reduce the upkeep you're spending while you're just around. And I think similarly here, we will do that. So upgrades. Do we need to do upgrades? So we do have the Tachyon Lance, which is an X size one. That is... Oops. Not for you, not for you. For you. Okay, so we could... So I think once we get that in, we're going to reconfigure our battleships. Kingdom of the Hampalier have become Xenophilic, which is, yeah, one of our vassals. Oh. I am getting very, very interested in this. So, proposed subjugation. Oh, okay, so potentially if we got ourselves more powerful, we could actually ask our former lord to be our vassal. Oh, and we can reach it into the shroud once again. Despite the fact that we lost an admiral last time, let's do it. Medium probability of success. Oh no. Our telepaths, already exhausted from having ventured this deeply into the shroud, failed to channel enough psionic strength to breach the shield. The failed attempt seems to have provoked the spirit. You were amply warmed, maggots. As you try to invade my world, I shall now bring ruin to yours. A creature of the shroud has pierced the fabric of space and materialized in the Dristmac system. This vengeful avatar has amassed a tremendous amount of psionic energy and is using it to lash out at anything and anyone unfortunate enough to get in its path. Well, you want to know the good thing? You basically spawned in a place where I've got a 9,000 fleet power station. It's a place that basically has shield nullification. So we have a good amount of hull points and armor. You just have hull. So yeah. Didn't need to lift a finger. Good job, station. Good job. Okay, so battleships probably means that it's going to be better to avoid reinforcing our fleets here until we actually have that Tachyon Lance, just so we can get a few things through. So how are we doing here? Okay, so apparently a couple of our technicians have jumped up to be researchers. That is absolutely fine by me. And obviously unspent civic points, we'll have a look at that in a moment because we do need a decent amount of unity to complete that. There are a low number of black holes in the game, we need more of those. I mean... Oh, okay, this is going to be... This might be a bit of a silly question, but can we actually really use black holes to travel? Because I mean, if we could, like, open up, say, our wormhole here at Ascension's End, and we can travel into the Eye of Baal, then, I don't know, I could see it being one of those things that you would want to manage in your game preferences, just because there's going to be so many methods of people potentially jumping into your space by that. But if you just mean in terms of black holes for interesting elements and such, then yeah, maybe. Okay, an encryption that will take 3 months. And there it is. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. The wormholes and black holes are very different. Okay, thank you. Yeah, they're different in real life. I just didn't know if they were going to be quite that different in the game, because I've not, like I keep saying, don't tend to finish games too much. Okay, so kinetic battery, I believe, yes, that is that one there. Antimatter missiles. No, I want the mega cannon. I definitely want the mega cannon. So probably actually what is going to be good to do is that we go to the fleet manager and we do one Erid Docks class, and then we create a second one that is going to have the mega cannon on it. So change the artillery bow for the spinal mount, add in a tachyon lance, and we want all of that lovely crystal infused plating. So that does draw an unfortunate amount of power. Let's see if we can drop that down. Yes, we can. So there we go, we've got that one, and a new battleship, which will be reserved for later. Yeah, the Erid Docks and Erid Sur, that will be, yeah, that will be appropriate. And I'll just put random ones on for the moment, just so I can see. So the hangar core and artillery stem, and then those are basically the gamma lasers on everything. And oh, not the broadside core. So that was basically just the gamma lasers across everything. And then the advanced strike craft. The X we're going to be leaving. And tier 4 advanced shields for that one. And regenerative hull tissues. Auto upgrade, yes. There we go. Get that. Fleet manager. And we add one. That to each of these. And then we are probably going to need to have a look into increasing our fleet capacity at some point soon. So the wormholes connect 2 places by ripping through space-time. Black holes are just, well, there. Or any theories on what's at the edge of those? Okay, yeah. Gotcha. And you see, let's go over here and build our last little orbital ring for that area. So I know we don't need those anymore, but I started building them up, so we're going to finish building them up in our various holding areas. So, oh my goodness, that is not how I would have built that station. That is definitely not how I would have built that station. Right. Shipyard.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
One hangar bay, and that should mean, yep, a fleet academy and a crew quarters. That is how I prefer to build things. So of course I'm doing all of this and saying all of this, and if I ever do a multiplayer game, I'm going to be so screwed because everyone is going to know what I prefer to do. Research station. I think that plasma thing is, yeah, it's okay. Not something that you necessarily want to keep around
Scientific breakthrough
long term.
achieved.
I really don't want chemical bliss, but it's being there and it's just gumming up the works, but we'll take the naval capacity. That will take long enough. That will take long enough. And while we do that, let's upgrade you and reinforce you. And upgrade you as well. That will pay 1.8 thousand alloys. Will be suitable for us. Yeah, so your trade is... Oh, there we go. We just ticked over, so they are now equivalent. Proposed subjugation. No, empire population minus 46. So your population is... We don't know. Okay. Oh, espionage. Let's see. Wixie Enlightened Kingdom. Who are you? I have no idea because I can't actually see you. Oh. Because you are one little piece of territory. Okay. Yeah, I think we can stop, Oh, goodness, I wondered what on earth that was. Pause the game. Thank you. Thank you for feeding the dragon. Thank you for that.
Our ships have been made superior.
Okay, so what I was going to do was we want to build a spy network in here so we can actually start getting a little bit of information about what your population is compared to us. Because we have demographics, 133 population across 6 worlds, and what I really want to get rid of are these sedentary and repugnant, ideally. At the moment, let's have a look. Reform our government. So what could we potentially add to ourselves? That would actually help. So warrior culture, army damage, and replaces entertainer jobs with duelists that turn alloys into unity, amenities, and naval capacity. Could go for reanimators, that could always be fun. Police state, unity from enforcers and telepaths. Leisure seekers. Allows decadent lifestyle. Philosopher king, ruler level cap. Mining guilds, merchant guilds. Memorialists, master crafters. Master crafters could actually be interesting. Environmentalist, population, consumer goods, upkeep. Distinguished admiralty. Actually, I'm almost be tempted to swap out nationalistic zeal for distinguished admiralty. You know what? Let's actually do that, and then we want masterful crafters. So that will take 2,370 unity, of which we have 7.3 or 7,300. And do we want to change our electoral stuff? So we get maximum influence from power projection is +1. Could reduce our empire size effect, or we could gain faction unity gain. Let's actually go for... oh wait, we can't have that. Okay, we need imperial for the feudal society. Okay, that is fine. That gives us... oh, okay, we did decrease a little bit on our naval capacity. And one of our... oh no, 2 of our planets have low stability. Maybe that wasn't a good idea. Oh dear, maybe that wasn't quite a good idea. Okay, so it's just this one that's got low stability. And let me see.
Our ships have been made superior.
So egalitarian.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
So why egalitarian are you not happy? So if I can remember which ones of these are the egalitarian ones. I think that's probably you, the one that is all red. Oh dear. I don't think we had population controls, did we? Anyway, we'll manage with that for the time being. If anything goes wrong, we do have the option to bring down some military might onto them. You know what? Research station output, once again. It's a cheap one. Let's just complete that. Wait, did I just completely... I'm presuming that is just because people are a little bit upset. I'm presuming that is just because people are a little bit upset. So that looks to be fine. That one is fine. That one is not so fine. That one is not so fine either. How soon can we actually reform our thing? I think I'm going to change that back, actually. I think I'm going to change that back. So we were feudal society and... you know, I can't actually remember what we were originally. So feudal society and... or do we now actually... oh dear. I may have just screwed things over a little bit there. Catholic processing, it wasn't that one. Oh. Okay, yeah, we do have to wait. We do have to wait. That may be a slight problem. That may be a slight problem. Okay, so what do we have here? Reguvis Prime, yes, because we are having a few issues. So we'll actually upgrade the ship shelter to planetary administration because that will help out. We do now have apparently 10 population there. And I'm hoping... okay, yeah, so that was just a little bit of instability while we change things around. Okay, that is good to know. So we do have one unemployed specialist there, and that is the arid world. So, you know what? Upgrade a research complex again. Because why not? Everything else looks to be fine, thankfully now. Obviously we'll go with prime 21 stability because there is overcrowding. That will be sorted out soon. And apparently we didn't actually build ourselves an orbital habitat around there, so let's go and do that now. So we get all of them in line. Okay, got a couple more rivalries going around. Everything other than that. So is that reinforced up to its maximum? No, it is not. Let's have a look at our fleet manager. So 15 ships for pretty much 5,000 alloys. And then technology. So the mega cannon is still 16 months away. Leader has leveled up. That is fine. Yep, still minus 46. And we don't know what your population is. Your diplomatic weight is 5,200 versus ours, which is 4,004. But maybe we can adjust that with a little bit of time. So, Tianqi Conservation Act. Don't really have any opinion on that. Natural Sanctuary. Diplomatic weight from economy. Well, I'm going to vote that down. Comfort the Falling. I'm going to vote that down as well. Military Readiness Act. Of course, I'm going to vote that one up. 5-year plan. Agri-world generator and mining planetary designations gain additional bonuses. Basic subsistence living standard ban. Yeah, let's go for that one. Guardian Angels. Nope. Minor admin sanctions. I'm going to... and minor economic ones. Minor research. Minor military ones. I'm going to just ignore those. Yep, I'm going to support that one. Regulated growth. Monthly loyalty change, but empire size. Pose. Not really on that one. Ban organic slave trade, I'm just going to leave that. Leverage privateering, yes. Repeal the buzzword standardization, pan-galactic recycling, Tianqi pest control. Building a better tomorrow. Yep, relocate the galactic market, don't really care. And do we actually not have the Galactic Council option? Okay, yeah, it has been proposed. There we go. So I'd already downvoted that one. Because obviously we are here, and the Galactic Council would be the Hadam Nation, Picting Star Coalition, and the Holy Glimmin Empire, which is who we kind of want to subjugate and make our vassal at some point. At some point. I'm just keeping an eye. Hey there, Toxicite. Thankfully doing better than I was earlier in the week, and chat is fine. We've got a couple of new people who popped in and had a bit of a chat, and are, I presume, kind of just lurking and listening in, which is no problem at all. So we have actually finally just about caught up to our former overlord in terms of military might. And we may be able to press him into becoming a subject of us at some point soon. So, planetary shields. Plasma accelerated disruptor. Let's go for the planetary shields, because that one I know has been hanging around for a while. Hope your day has been going well, Toxicite, and I did see the picture of your little kitten. So small compared to your other cat. I cannot believe that. She's so small. So small. So we still have 3 years left before we can go back to war against the Anaxala Foundation. And obviously they're not going to accept vassalization because they hate us. Which, you know, for good reason. They hate us for admittedly good reason. So, policy, let me just have a look on this one. Okay, slavery I'm going to actually say is prohibited. Do I want to do that? Slave market. Anyone who's any good. Enduring traditional natural engineers, talented quick learners, traditional natural sociologists. Okay, so ocean preference. Unfortunately, we don't have an ocean world. We have a Gaia world, which we could get you on. Rapid breeders, traditional and strong, but also repugnant. That would be fine. Alpine world. No. Oh yes, still very small. Can still hold her in one hand. Very clingy. Oh, how old is she now? Because I know you've had her for I think a few months, but if she's still small enough to be held in one hand, she must have been the tiny little baby of the litter. You must seriously have been the tiny little baby in that case. I don't think any of the other ones are worthwhile. So I'll actually just go down and make sure that you are given just general residency instead, and yeah, then I think we will prohibit slavery just so we make a few people happier. Population controls. So you can use non-voluntary species and planetary population controls, can selectively grow / decline species. We'll say that's prohibited because that is fine. Robotic workers are outlawed. Artificial intelligence is servitude. Trade policy is wealth creation. First contact cautious. Land appropriation allowed. Oppressive war terms. Yeah, sure, that all looks fine. And hopefully that means... Yep, there you go. Oh, 4%. Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys. There's like... Affects faction approval by 5%. Oh, fine. Anti-autocratic free movement. I suppose we could always put that one on as well, couldn't we? Let's have a look. Oh! Well, we're going to have to look at that in a moment. Ah, yes, because that's manual resettlement, isn't it? Yes. So, Toxicite, goodness, I don't even recall. I know she's still old enough to be very vocal when she wants attentions. Spoiler alert, some cats never grow out of that. Okay, the population of Wayguvis Prime has been discontent with our rule for some time now. So now their defiance is becoming even more brazen, and dissidents are openly calling for independence. A show of authority may be necessary if we are to keep control of the colony. So start situation, planetary revolt. So this is this planet over here. We have stability of 8%. because they are not happy with us. Thankfully, it all pops up in the situation log. So we can see here. So, active effects, -10 stability, and we can see that it is growing by 2.2 a month. Plus 3.2 because of low stability, but -1 because it is a weak planet. So we can maintain the current measures, so this approach will have no effect. So I'm presuming they're going to change this at some point, because obviously it's like, so brewing troubles, -10 stability, but that is true for every single one. Before the patch that they put out last Thursday, this was actually increasing negative stability every level you got to, but now they've changed it, which I suppose is a positive, because it means that you don't have to keep on battling with more and more negative stability when you're trying to reassure things. So we can either distribute amenities, which will cost us 20 amenities a month, or we can institute a crackdown. So army build speed and stronghold build speed up 50%. Energy credits upkeep of soldiers is increased by 1, but stability from soldier jobs is up +3 and will cost us 30 unity a month. So we will go and distribute amenities, and we can see in a moment how that is impacting. So monthly change 0.3. So probably what we want to do is go back here. Thankfully we have a load of building options available. So unfortunately Psychor, we need a planetary capital, which is the next level up, and number of props is greater than or equal to 25. But we do have a stronghold, which obviously will give us some soldier jobs. And what else can we do? A military academy, potentially. So that one is kind of in a bit of a potentially iffy place, so I would be favoured to get a couple of strongholds in.
Incoming transmission.
Thankfully those will only take 137 days each. Embassy by you, and you absolutely fine. But yeah, the cat I had before Ollie, she was the tiny little baby of the litter as well. I didn't know it when I went to first meet her and pick her out, but she stayed so small her entire life. She's such a little tiny baby. A tiny baby. So obviously if the stability on this one gets too bad, because we are building up a couple of strongholds, that means we can potentially, so that will be 4. That will be 12 stability just on its own, which
scientific
I don't know, we may have to actually just completely build a load of strongholds across there and do a crackdown just to keep it stable, but we'll have to see. Might as well do the autonomous mining drones, but that does mean we can go into the ship designer, and finally we can add the mega cannon to this ship design. We do not have anywhere near enough alloys to upgrade all of our fleets across the board, so what we will do is, I think we will upgrade this one, because that is 2 battleships. So one is being built right now, one will be built obviously when we manually ask for it to be done. Oh my goodness, okay, you are building, wow, I was going to say please don't crash game. You are building hyper relays basically everywhere. That might be why the price of alloys is oh my goodness, it's actually crashed down. Wow. So you know what I'm gonna do? buy a ton of alloys. Actually set a monthly trade, so we're getting 30 a month. So we want... let's set that a maximum of 8 for the moment. Space capitalism, yes. Obviously, earlier in the stream I was saying about the fact that my populations always just seem to be wanting so many consumer goods. And I was commenting that they were they were seeming like they were buying a toaster every week or something ridiculous. Reports from Wayguvis Prime suggested there was an imminent risk that violent rioting would break out. Thanks to the quick and decisive actions of the EDX Galactic Hierarchy forces in partnership with loyalist civilians, the threat has been quelled. So, Valiant Citizens modifier added for 20 years, giving governing ethics attraction plus 33%. That is probably going to be good.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Part of what is being a little bit of a difficult thing is that we are authoritarian and fanatic militarist, and some of the population on Wayguvis Prime, well, 30% are egalitarian. So that is a little bit of an issue because we just have so many different species around here. There we go, Valiant Citizens, and of course we can always declare martial law. So an additional +2 soldier jobs and additional stability as well. We could do a distribute luxury goods just as a one-off thing as well. Okay, planetary shield generator has been done. And encryption is once again the cheapest option. So thought enforcement is tempting me right now. It is tempting me, but also improved production is tempting me. How long will this take us? 33 months versus 10 months. Obviously also the Galactic Stock Exchange is one that I saw. Improved production. Okay, we'll go for that one. Improved production. So, Gilpin Prime, you're complaining that there is
construction complete.
A mid-level specialist. So none of these we can upgrade for the moment. Okay, and you are done, so we'll do a second hangar bay there and then swap out one of these gun batteries for a missile battery. Then we have Fleet Academy and... do we want a command center or a target uplink computer? Ship weapons range plus 50% versus ship fire rate. I think I will go for the range over anything else. Just because if we can shoot quicker, or if we can shoot from further away, then obviously we will have more options. And of course, Toxicite, you haven't actually seen these orbital rings.
Breakthrough achieved.
So this is 88% complete. So we can now build orbital rings around our planets. Let me just get this one out of the way. Plasma thruster. So let's actually have a look down at... no, there was... okay, apparently I was going to build a bunch of orbital rings around, but apparently I didn't have enough alloys to do all of them. So Winkwort has one. So so what do orbital rings do other than making your fat self one? Okay, 100% not your fault. But the reason I cancelled the stream on Tuesday, because I had food poisoning, was because of onion rings. So thinking of onion rings at the moment makes me feel a little bit nauseous. So 100% not your fault. But just thinking of that makes me a bit nauseous. So anyway, orbital rings kind of work, from what I've seen, a bit of a mid-ground between a starbase and a habitat, in that you can only build them above planets that you have colonized. As for what they do, you can't. So this is the base one that you get. So I'm just going to zoom out because that is a little bit. That sound is a little bit annoying. A bit like a fort. Better than a fort, because obviously a fort is just a like level 1 protection thing. So you have 4 module slots and 2 building slots, and we can see the details here. So this is what it has in terms of core components, armaments and utilities. And then the modules, so like a starbase, you have your defense guns, batteries and hangar bays, and also a shipyard and an anchorage. But this one, the habitation module, this one is potentially not a game breaker, but it does add a load of things. So high-speed space elevators allow the planet to extend its habitation, resource storage and refinement facilities into orbit. So it gives you +1 to your maximum districts, and you can do it 4 times. So if you happen to have, say, a relatively small, in comparison, Gaia world, say it's a size 13, you can build an orbital ring about it, add in 4 habitation modules, and suddenly it's the equivalent of a level 17 Gaia world. And obviously, because it also gives you the slots on the planet rather than in space, it should, theoretically speaking, also mean that any planetary benefits you have will get applied to those additional habitation slots. Obviously, it's a few things are going to be not quite as good as some of the late game mega structures that you can actually build, but for the mid game, which is where it is intended to be, it can be very, very interesting indeed. I felt like your brain just got into a blender. Okay, so probably a better option is, so I know it's in Crusader Kings 2 as an option. I don't think it's in Crusader Kings 3. So you know the random pop-up you get where it says that you can spend X amount of gold to essentially unlock a space to build a new holding in one of your territories.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
It's basically that, but you could do it on demand. It's basically that, but you can do it on demand. So that gives you an idea of how powerful it can be. And yeah, I thought that might be a bit of a better explanation. Oh god, finally, fine, let's get the disruptor out of the way. And fine, yes, let's get chemical bliss out of the way. We're probably not going to use either of those. I mean, I say probably. It's almost a definitively not. Oh. Posture check, okay. Just making sure I'm not hunched over way too much. Thankfully, I think I've actually gotten into a good setup now. So we've got one heading over there. Well-Grievous Prime should have... Yep, that's got you. Absolutely fine. So Well-Grievous Prime, like over here, which is the one that has very, very poor stability at the moment. It's only a size 8 Alpine world, but we did get some interesting fungal spores out of it. So this one is probably just honestly going to be upgraded, and we have the habitation module just added to that over and over and over again to turn it into a size 12 planet. Oh. Winkwort needs a job. Oh, right. That would be why I'm kind of going. It's like, I swear I've been upgrading these. Why has it not been taking? Because I've been upgrading it from level 1 to level 2, and this is telling me it's got a level 3 option available. So that gives about a 50% increase. Okay, so that doubles it. Okay, so it basically adds on research times the tier. So there's the only benefit from upgrading a tier 2 to a tier 3 like we have here is basically to have room for more things.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Oh. You are now a protectorate. Okay, that is fine. And what do we have here that we can just quickly get out of the way? Advanced afterburners, let's do that one. And we can access the shroud. Considering the last 2 attempts, I think we'll leave that for the moment.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
I think we'll leave that for the moment. Ion disruptor, I think, is similarly less useful as is fleet command limit. Might as well just double down on the food. We are probably going to need some resource storage or to just sell it at some point soon, because we're just not hoarding it, but we are just having a large amount. Reinforced fleet and upgrade as many of those ones as we can, because those are pretty much just being auto upgraded now. And there we go. The rebellion on Regulus Prime has been quashed. So obviously I think we want to make sure we kind of keep the stability, at least at some point. Psychic +5, so no, we can't do the cycle, unfortunately. We aren't hoarding it, just holding it. Yeah. Hoarding is definitely not the right word, because hoarding would be having like our storage capacity maxed out. Actually, talking about that, we could go for nutritional plentitude. So pop food upkeep and pop mineral upkeep would be up 25%.
Our ships have been made superior.
So let's just see, because we should still be in the positive for minerals. Whether we'll still be in the positive for food is going to be another matter. And of course that's not actually going to kick in until we get to the next month, is it? Oh my goodness, we still have Map the Stars active? Oh goodness. Oh, whoops. Okay, yeah, so that has crashed down our food, but we could potentially do a farming subsidy for 103. Let's actually put that one in temporarily. And then obviously we have all of these ones relating to all of the rare resources. So obviously networked amenities, we don't actually have that because we don't have a hyper relay available in our system. There we go, farming subsidies, that puts that back up to 29. So we are a little bit over on our edicts fund. So that does have an impact on... It has an impact on one of these things. There we go, Unity. So if you go over your Unity, you do have to pay a little bit in... If you go over your edicts fund, you have to pay a little bit of Unity. Those are the right words in the right order. There we go. And we have unemployed pops. So you are just a standard worker. Obviously I don't want to say just, because like standard workers, you still all do important jobs. Okay, so yeah, 3 standard unemployed workers. So where can we probably put you? You can feel the frustration from New York. Yeah. So my brain got a little bit frazzled with the food poisoning, and it's not quite it's not quite resolved itself yet. I should be pretty much back to usual on Saturday, which does mean I'm still gonna mess up a few things and I'm still gonna get a few things conflated, but otherwise it's going to be fine. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to build 2 agricultural districts here. So hopefully, seeing as this is our Gaia world, that will mean that we will have our standard unemployed pops move over here to do that standard level job. And that means we can turn the farming subsidies off. Like, as per tradition, yes. So basically, I'm still going to occasionally mess things up. But I'm going to occasionally mess things up less occasionally. And yes, that was intentionally said like that. So obviously Starbase, upgrade to a Citadel, we need the Citadel technology. And we might be able to go to war. Nope, 3 months. We need to wait 3 more months. And okay, apparently someone has someone also found that the alloys were selling at a rate that was
scientific breakthrough
far
achieved.
too good to be true, and someone's come along and bought an absolute ton of them. Let's go to supercomputer. Yes, because that gives plus 8 defense platforms. So for any system that you want to be a major chokehold, having 8 additional defense platforms, when some of these, okay, that allows us 24 for the moment, but having an extra 8 on top of that, increasing that by 33%, but a major system and a major choke point, that can be absolutely fantastic. And there we go. So we have one of the agricultural districts built, and that has changed everything. So these will now emigrate over to the relative planets. And that's actually probably good timing as well. Nutrient replication. So habitability modification allows us to change the preferred planet type of a species through genetic modification. These are enhancements, selected lineages. Well, we haven't really done genetic modification yet, so that could probably wait. We don't need any more starbase capacity. We are doing fine for the moment. Yeah, let's go for the claim exhaustion cost just to get that one whittled down a little bit. And then obviously 2 more months just to wait for the advanced afterburners, and we can see what our next engineering project is going to be.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Okay, yep. Our 2nd and 3rd fleets are absolutely fine. They are full. Okay, antimatter missile. Can I see those easily? I cannot, so I am going to unlock them and hope that they are one of the higher tier ones, just in case. Okay, so Toxicite debating, should you eat some Chinese food or get a Subway sandwich? Well, it depends. What would you be getting in terms of Chinese, and what is your go-to Subway sandwich order? Because that is what's going to sway me one way or the other. That will be what sways me. Like I said, we should be able to turn off the nutritional plenitude or farming subsidies now, not the nutritional plenitude. We want the nutritional plenitude. Actually, we'll turn on the Bureau of Espionage, available on Voice +1. Bit of an increase in code breaking, base intel level and maximum infiltration level up 10 as each of those. And then obviously when we want to, if we are in danger, we could go for fortify the border for a little bit of extra. a little bit of extra emergency sources. Since tomorrow is your cheat day, probably have General So chicken with fried rice, Subway a foot-long meatball, or chicken with 3 cookies. From those, I'd be tempted more with the General So chicken, personally. Anyway, that's just my opinion. Oh, research speed, new worlds. Is that... No, that is one of our science ship people from the looks of it. Let's have a look. New worlds. Okay. So not overly that important, actually. Because that one is all about funding new colonies and I presume also some of the remove blockers points. Okay, so we're way past where we can actually declare war, and let's upgrade you and make sure you are completely up to scratch. So side note, whatever happened with that Eldritch Horror issue?
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Sorry, one moment, I'll just... Okay, yep, quantum missiles will go for that one. The Eldritch Horror, well, you're not here for that resolution then. It's just hanging out here now. It just hangs out here in our territory. I don't know what it's going to do. I mean, when we went to war with the Panaxilla Foundation, they came through and attacked these 2 territories, but they left this one alone. They left that one alone. So, yeah. It just, yeah. It just lives there now. And obviously getting the General So chicken that you'll have dinner for tomorrow. So it just hangs around, doesn't corrupt your world or something. Nope. It's been hanging there for decades. Okay, so which one of these do we want? Well, we're probably okay on housing and amenities for the moment, so I think we'll go for the specialist population resource output plus 5%. Yeah, it's basically done nothing. And I mean, we did reach into the shroud earlier and a cosmic horror generated in here, but I didn't even need to send my ships in because this starbase just did it all for me. So of course, speaking of, let's actually set you to that Drist Mac, and you are Wenkwart. Okay, so I think just in preparation we'll move you to here, and then we will move you to here, and as soon as you get there, then we will sound war. You have a feeling the Eldritch Horrors are probably more of a threat if you get them early game. Yes, so I think it was my second series of Stellaris. We had an Eldritch Horror pop up kind of in the middle-ish of our empire, and of course, like this one, it just has a skull instead of the fleet power thing. So I decided to try and go up against it, and I apparently had someone comment a bit later, is like, yeah, I had my head in my hands when you threw a 5,000 power or 5,000 fleet power thing against that. It's like, yeah, that's like 30,000 fleet power. So even now, if we were going up against something like that, we would be potentially in a little bit of trouble. Anyway, let's see. So, yep, you are still considered pathetic. So, declare war. So, make tributary or vassalize. I think we will vassalize. Oh, right, I'm glad I actually paused. You've got friends. You've got friends. Oh dear. You are overlord of someone. Interesting. So obviously they're going to automatically... Oh yeah, I remember you, the cute little snail people. So no, you're going to automatically be join in defensive pact with you. So that means when we attack you, then the other ones will obviously come through. As a favour to collect from someone. So this is... Okay. Right. This may be a bit of a problem. So these people are pathetic, but they do have 1, 2, 3, and 4 people under their control. You won't be our vassal. Right. That could be a small problem. I mean, individually you are kind of marked as pathetic compared to us, but still. Oh, and you're on the other side of us as well. Good to know. Can we go to war to you? No, because... No, yes, we could actually. Yes, we could. Yes, we could, because we would need to... Okay, change of plans, actually. Change of plans. Let me have a look. So you're registered as equivalent. So, asked to be subject. Yes, you would accept. You would accept now. Okay, so if we say no holdings, monthly loyalty is 0. Subject to conflicts, if we say... If we say expansion permitted, they're not going to accept that, interestingly. Yeah, let's give you independent diplomacy. There we go. So that one, let's wait a moment. Or a few moments as it may be. Look at that! Look at that. Wait. I just screwed that up. I just screwed that up. That was the opposite way round. I didn't want to do that. We're now their vassal instead of them being our vassal. I did it the opposite way round. Okay, that's an autosave. Oops. Nothing to see here, people. Nothing to see here. You did not see me screw up. You did not see me screw it all up. Okay, so thankfully I think that, yes. Okay, that was not where we were. Okay, so we want to propose subjugation. That would be why they were so eager. That would be why they were so eager. So anyway, if we... Let's just actually have a look to see if we say no holding, like we will not give you any holding. We will not ask for any holdings on your planets. We will say we will not bring you into any conflicts. No. See if your expansion is permitted. Yes. So can we then... No, you won't accept that. We'll accept that. Okay, I'm just going to make sure on this one. Okay, so propose subjugation. I'm going to exit out of that and I'm going to triple make sure. So, propose subjugation. Peacefully propose that they become our subject using a reasonable agreement. Okay, so expansion permitted. Forever paranoid, forever vassalized. Yes, the Overlord conflicts. The Holy Glyran Empire will not join with any Adexic Galaxy Hierarchies wars. Yes, okay. No holdings. Okay, yes. Proceed. It is a good thing. It is a good thing that I do not have good enough sensors for my avatar for people to lip read. That's better. That's the colour it should be going. So there we go. That is us now. And unfortunately it does mean a load of people now have a Casus Belli against us. But proposed subjugation accepted. There we go. That's better. I'm more referencing the fact that when I realised what I'd done, I silently swore. So if the tracking had been better, if I had good tracking, you would have probably been able to lip read me swearing. So anyway, these are now all our vassals. So it does mean that if any of them are attacked, we probably need to go into, or we will probably need to build up our fleets to make sure that we can actually go and save them. Gasp. Posty? Swearing? The good God-fearing Posty? No! Yeah, honestly, part of it is that in my preference, I don't tend to like going into a stream where loads of people are just swearing every couple of minutes or whatever, so I try and minimize that in mine. But it does mean that if I ever do swear, you know that some serious stuff has gone down. So proposed subjugation, no rival attitude. So we would need to actually forcefully vassalize you then. And how about you? Are you... Okay, you actually had a migration treaty apparently. So proposed subjugation, they must be at peace. So you are fighting against these people. The Iski Authority. I don't think I recognize you people. I don't think I recognize you. But anyway, you're a good buffer between us, so have fun. And what can we do over here? They propose subjugation. Nope, you won't accept. Would you potentially, if we were closer, propose subjugation? No. Relative power minus 375. Oh wow. I guess being a hive mind has its advantages. The Quarian Alliance sound does something to your monkey brain. Not quite. Oh, the Quavarian Alliance. Yeah, I can see why. Obviously, it's very, very similar. Though they are not a nomadic spacefaring race. I mean, that is not their actual base species. It's these people. I think we actually have a Quavarian or two. Yep. Nope. Apparently I was thinking we did, but we don't. We have a Kira Mulan instead. Apparently we have a half Irzuku being assimilated. Okay, I have no idea why some of you are being assimilated. Yes, I do know, because we just took over a whole bunch of people. Aye. So obviously the Abyssal Ascendancy is potentially a problem, but they are still hemmed in on their only route out. Oh, the sound. That sound they make is your internal sound. Okay, right. Okay, apparently we just had our ruler die, from the looks of it. So deep connections, monthly influence, and expansionist. So starbase influence. Okay, no, that's actually pretty looseful. Shosuru, hello, welcome to the stream. You keep losing after your first war. Yeah, that is... It took me a while to... oh my goodness. Okay, we're getting a load of spam because we just brought in a load of people into our empire. Yeah, Shosuru, I have that as well. My main thing tends to be that early wars, barring being right next to a... what's the word? Developed empire. Most of my problems were from being either xenophobic or like really rampantly militarist and trying to go for things when I had tiny amounts of fleet power. Excuse me a moment while I clear all of this up. That is a lot of notification spam. Someone's broken off our trade treaty. Is no bother with us. So, as I was looking, so the Blessed Panaxala has a defensive treaty with the harmonious Tau Akura Commonwealth, and the Tau Akura Commonwealth themselves have various vassals and such underneath them. So let me have a look. Where is basically... Okay, so your only route into our empire is through the Julian Alliance here. You are pathetic in terms of fleet power. Similarly, though, you are also pathetic, so I think we will indeed force vassalization of the Blessed Panaxalas. Embassy is being recalled. Fine. Anyway, declare war, vassalize, subjugation.
At last, to war.
Declare a war. So what I have found in the past that helps me is actually understanding, or trying, I should say, trying to understand how different mechanics work and some of the options as well. Oh, that was good timing. That was good timing on that one. So could go for an extra gene modification point. Let's just do the fleet command limit as well, because we are starting to get to the point where that may be useful. And we'll set you to aggressive. So we have, which one is our best one? Let me just go and find that. So yes, we'll set you, you take a point. And honestly, probably what I need to think about is starting to, you know, maybe integrate some of these people, because we are, I mean, obviously they are our vassals, so we have free movement through them regardless. It just looks a bit messy. It just looks a bit messy. So yeah, actually understanding some things like, for instance, ship designer, so destroyers, worthless, apparently absolutely worthless. Like, you get the research, ignore them, wait until you get cruisers. Until you get cruisers, just load up on your corvettes. When you obviously get some battleships, add them in. Oh, 001 Matrix has vanquished a Leviathan, apparently. And then some of the other things, understanding, say, which weapons are best. Oh, we've actually maxed out our energy. So you know what that means. Buy all of the alloys. 122 a month. Yeah, sure. Let's do that. Don't care how much it's going to cost us, because we have a ridiculous excess of money. It's only going to take... Or at the moment anyway, minus 15 energy credits a month. So you're the one that's taking point, okay. And we have, a space amoeba here with 1,100 fleet power. The Valdari can use a secret fealty from subject against us. That sounds interesting. Okay, so you have 13,000 fleet power here. Yes, this is probably why I think we want to be merging these fleets when we get to here. Because obviously they are pathetic compared to us, but they're still fielding a fleet of over 13,000 power. Almost 14,000 actually. So we want to make sure that we actually have both of our fleets set to aggressive, attack target. Yep.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
There we go, defense grid supercomputer. And let's go for the sapient combat AI because that is going to be fun.
Incoming transmission.
Oh, who is that? Non-aggression act from the Mandasuras. Well, it says we'll be unable to attack each other, so yeah, sure. Because obviously if I can get you into my empire in another way, then that will be fine by me. And we will send you down here. Always nice when you have just one approach into enemy territory, because then you could just send
scientific
entire
breakthrough
fleets
achieved.
through. There we go, extra fleet command limit. And I think we will unlock the penal colony just in case. Just in case. So a bit of extra Corvette hull points in a moment.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
There we go. And what can we get here? Civilian replicomplexes. Extra consumer goods. I think we're good on that. And once again, yeah, let's just sweep through some of these cheaper technologies. So who do we have here? One, a standard unemployed worker. And I think, yeah, let's upgrade over here. Let me just have a look at these. Probably want a city district there. And over here. Yeah, let's upgrade another one of our research facilities. Relic activation available. We are doing fine with that for the moment. So thank you, but we are good. And merge those two fleets together. And there we go. 31,000. Look at that. That is just unbelievable. As I say, so we should have, I think we need to actually send you through. So set to aggressive indeed, yep. And probably just wait for that to quickly catch up, because honestly this is just gonna, this should honestly just be a cakewalk for us. And then obviously once we get down to about Ishtrum, we should be able to just split our fleet up. One over here, one over here. Yeah. And then we'll just basically keep attacking until we can force a surrender. So achieve war goals minus 638. So obviously demanding surrender minus 100 and vassalization minus 100. Relative navy strength minus 22. Demanding unoccupied systems minus 320. And demanding unoccupied planets minus 100. So as soon as we start sweeping through, we will be able to, well, start sweeping through. And actually, despite what I did just say, we will activate that relic. Get us 5,000 alloys from 10,000 crystals, and we can reinforce this fleet and upgrade our existing ones. The Messians are now xenophilic, fine. Nothing too particularly special to worry about there. Though I am wondering where your fleet has gone. I am wondering where your fleet has gone. It was around here and now it's disappeared.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
There's one of the research points that we don't want. Minerals from miners. Been a while since we've seen that one. And I mean that genuinely. Because that is one that is not repeatable, but it does have levels. So you do get, I think there's 5 levels for something like that. So partially occupied. And we have, from the looks of it, 1 planet. Uh, 227 against our 765, yeah. You're gonna have no chance. You're gonna have no chance.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Yeah, let's go for climate restoration just to get that one down as well. And let me just check. Oh my goodness, okay. It's almost 7:45 where I am. Losing track of time in a good way. In a good way.
Initiating ground assault.
And there we go. I was just about to say our army should be landing. Let's actually have a look to see what is going on there. Because we have, well, they have a regular defensive army. So between 3.55 and 7.11 damage. Oh, and there's a couple of different ones here doing between 4 and 8 damage. Whereas we have on our flanks, we have psionic armies which do 4.35 to 8.7 damage and 7.5 to 15 morale damage with lower collateral damage. So we have 3 of those. We also have a Titanic Beast, 6.52 to 13.05 damage and 15 to 30 morale damage, albeit with 3 times the usual collateral damage, 1000 health. And we also have a Cybrex Warform doing 10.87 to 21.75 damage, 25 to 50 morale damage and 500% collateral damage. We got a ridiculously good roll on everything here. So as we can see how much they are just absolutely shattering the defensive army. And no, Toxicite, I've got a bit over an hour until I need to feed the kitty. Hubby is not home, otherwise kitty would be pestering him. I am not the primary feeder at all.
Our warriors are victorious.
There we go.
Planet conquered.
Planet conquered. So yeah, I am feeder number 2 in the household. If my husband is around, my cat does not bother me at all. If I am the only feeder around in the household, he generally doesn't tend to bother me. So on Tuesday I went for, well, I tried getting up for, or in the morning for my usual like day-to-day work and stuff. Got to about like 9 o'clock, like 9 AM and went like, yeah, I just need to go back and take a nap. Woke up at 1:15, almost 2 hours past Ollie's usual lunchtime. And I'm surprised he hadn't actually rioted. I'm surprised he hadn't actually rioted. Oh, who is that? Scientist has died on one of our science ships. Actually, I think we might be at a point. Where... Okay, you are randomly there for some reason. So obviously Suramo, yep, you've got someone assisting research. Don't have anyone assisting research there, but we don't have research stations. Do have someone assisting research there. Don't have someone researching research there, but we don't have any research stations, and don't have anyone there either. So I think we'll actually send you down here. I know it's pretty much a waste because there's no research stations here as yet, but we'll just send you to assist research. So if we do decide to put some down there, we have the option. Yeah, where on earth are your fleets? I'm a bit disappointed. I made one mega 31,000 fleet and nothing's been happening. No, apparently. Speak of the fluffy kitty and he appears. Ollie, you've been rubbing at your eye again. Hey, you've been rubbing at your eye again. I call his name, he looks over, and I just see him like squinting, one eye closed. He's been doing a pirate impression.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
He's been doing a pirate impression all day. Unfortunately, because I can't exactly tell him. It's like if he stops rubbing his eye, it will stop getting irritated. Once again, nothing really good here, so we'll go for the cruiser points. Oh, new strategic resource. What is that? 3 volatile motes, and there is the fleet. And there is your fleet. Oh, ow, ow, ow. Ow. Interesting. So this is Suramo Prime, our home planet. Interesting. So, Whispers in the Stone. Our recent advancements in mining technology have enabled us to bore deeper into Suramo Prime's crust than ever before. In the depth of its cavernous mineral mines, we have stumbled upon traces of an ancient alien civilization leading further into the mountain. The civilization seems to have been built along an unexploited ore vein. Excavating the site will impede our mining operations on the planet and would make abstraction from the new vein impossible, but could lead to new scientific discovery. So we could say start digging, minerals from jobs minus 50%, or mineral production cannot be halted, adds ore-rich caverns with +2 mining districts. Well, seeing as we have, I mean technically okay, it's only +5 minerals, but +2 max mining districts. This is kind of our mining planet, and we get 221 from that, versus we're actually getting a deficit here, so start digging. So I wonder what that is going to happen. Wonder what's going to happen there, because I don't think I've seen that before. Admittedly, we are probably getting further into the game than I usually actually get. So, of course, speaking of, we've got 1 regular unemployed here and here. They're not going to migrate because your habitability is arid. Okay, so you could move to the Savannah world. There are no jobs available here, so we will... Mining districts. Will be an experience. Eldritch Space Roman will spawn. Maybe. Maybe we'll have another Leviathan-esque. Oh, one moment. So the 001 Matrix has declared war on you. I'm sorry to say, guys, but you're probably not going to last that long. You're pacifist and considered technological or militarily inferior. Oh, and let me just see this. Because I love the light shows, if I'm being honest. So you have, let me see, a bunch of destroyers and a bunch of corvettes and cruisers, and you've actually got some battleships. Okay, you've actually got some battleships. So damage to armor 0. Because basically we don't have armor on our ships, basically. But anyway, yeah, so the space battles just look so interesting. But I was saying earlier, when I was actually going in and looking at the first of the orbital stations we have, was that admittedly it does make me want to go and play the X series of video games, because those, especially when you get to X4 Foundations, those have some absolutely gorgeous scenes and such. So it's not really a 4X game. There's, well, exploration, you go to different areas, there's trading, there's fighting, but it's not really in terms of like controlling stuff and expanding your influence. Actually, that's one thing I never actually went to check. Why are we still only at 5? Oh, is this because obviously we've I'm actually, yes, I think that is probably what the issue is. So obviously all of our ones, so limited diplomacy, so restricted voting, okay, so we're going to have a quick look at that then. Contacts and agreements. So you apparently absolutely hate us for whatever reason, and we have 15 months until we can actually renegotiate it, but let's have a look. So why do you hate us? Or is it honestly just because you are a protectorate and you can't really do anything? But anyway, so restricted voting. I think everyone should be on restricted voting. Oh my goodness, that's a load of reds. That's a load of negative numbers. Okay, so restricted voting. Restricted voting. Okay, yeah, everyone is restricted voting. So you would surely think that all of their power, diplomatic power, would be under ours, but apparently not, because we are still fairly low down. So the Hadam nation. So over here, you are the most powerful one. So when the Galactic Council forms, you will be in there. So superior technology, overwhelming trade. I guess so. And they've got a yeah. So anyway, that is definitely going to be an interesting factor. Oh, we've got that one as well. And then we can come down here.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Sapient Combat AI is ours. Plasma Accelerator. And I think we probably are at the point where we need to cancel this. Or at least reconsider how much we are going to pay for each one. Yeah, just remove it outright. I think I'll just remove that outright. I didn't realise we were still on the standard speed. Now we can just quickly pop back over here, and then once we get down to ONOB, we will, or ONAB rather, we will split our forces down. And obviously we're going to have a few planets and stuff that we're going to need to try and occupy. How are we doing on this? Oh, only minus 254 now. Only minus 254. So we should be able to do that, and I think, presuming... Okay, so at maximum we've got about 2 hours. And hopefully we'll be able to get through this war without too much issue. And we'll actually be able to accomplish this by the end. So what can we upgrade it here? Oh, our planetary capital. Yes. Always do that. So we need a population of 50 for that one. And 25 for that. And 10 for this one. Yep. So, edicts do we have that we could potentially do?
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Actually, I'll do an information quarantine, as bad as it sounds. Resort world. So these are, like, as far as I can recall, these basically will produce nothing, but they are like the perfect vacation world. There's like other empire colonies get plus 15% amenities and plus 15% immigration pool. Habitability plus 100% and 1 clerk job per 2 population. So to preserve the planet's natural beauty, construction on the surface is severely limited. Leisure planets, yeah, basically. Space amoeba, and oh, look at that, 6,000 fleet. 6,000 power fleet down there. It's so adorable. It's so adorable. How are we powerful? How powerful are we compared to you? Not at all, basically. So we've still got the fallen empires to potentially contend with. So I set the mid-game crisis at the year 2400, the end-game crisis at 2500, and game end at 2600. So we're still a ways off a bunch of things actually happening. Oh, influence is full.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
There's no problem. Antimatter reactor. Jeez. Right, okay, I think I'm going to just leave that running because there should not be any issues with that, and I'm going to go and get myself a quick drink.
The enemy is targeting one of our stations. The cowards have destroyed one of our spaceports.
Ooh. Hey, so I did belatedly realise that I've just been sitting here chatting
Scientific
for
breakthrough achieved.
absolutely forever and not actually really been paying attention to drinking much. You guys have been slacking on your duties. Okay, so this one is taking point. So we'll send that one over, and the what if you like holding your points? Well, you might be holding them for a long... Oh, jeez. I swear. Sometimes my body just likes to wait for me to take a sip of a drink and then give me hiccups. I swear. You good, diaphragm, now? Okay, I think it's good. Anyway, I was saying it's like, or holding your points if you're waiting for a big thing. Sounds like my body was trying to censor me. Yeah, it does seem like that sometimes. And hello, the Wanderer X1X. Thank you for the follow. Enjoy the stream. Oh, okay. I am so glad I actually paused there because we have Titans now. We have Titans. It's going to take only 27 months, actually. Yeah, anyway, I was saying that if you're wanting to hold your points for a big redeem, you may be waiting a while, because I think the lose the glasses and obviously just basically brag about how many points you have are the highest ones I have for the moment. And we'll send you obviously down here. So it's saying... Okay, let me just try that and see if that... Yes, that did change a thing. There we go. Notice me, I am rich. I think you mean witness me. Okay, there we go, that's better. Obviously in terms of where everything's moving around to now. You are rich. Well, that will be interesting. I think that would be interesting to actually see how many, like, which people have actually got the most points. Because, I know obviously there have been a ton of people who've been following for absolutely ages, even before obviously me being an affiliate and actually getting the option for points. Oh, hello, you're not going to get away from me that easily. Hello there, the Wanderer. How has your day been? Hope you've been doing well, and hope things have been good in your part of the world. Okay, I could probably get rid of that because I know about that one. And apparently I've been sleeping on the essential perk. No, Oh, yes, because it means it's talking about that one, not the actual tree things. Tradition trees. Welcome to my streams where I occasionally forget words. And I occasionally forget how to put words together. Which I did just then. Fully occupied. Hey, what is taking you? Oh goodness, because you're going all the way to the hyper relay, right? So the Wanderer, you've had a fabulous day. Oh, that's good to hear. How have I been?
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Yeah, I've been pretty decent. Unfortunately, I did have a bit of an illness earlier in the week, so I've been trying to remember what I was doing in this game from the last stream. What year are we in? We are in the year 2333. You should be able to see it up in just the top right corner. And we do have the end game date set at 2600, so we're getting to about halfway there. And Toxicite, you don't even have to redeem points to make her forget words. Yes. Unfortunately, that is just sometimes how my brain works. So what do I want? Might as well get the colony development speed out of the way because that has been hanging around for an annoying amount of time. Yeah, another person unemployed, no valid auto migration destination. No. We can upgrade this one. Let's do it. That will give us a few more amenities as well. Okay, so you are actually building in some fleets from somewhere. So we may need to actually pull these ones back. Just so we can actually make some kind of, or actually hold some kind of progress. They're demanding unoccupied systems again, so you've obviously managed to take a few back up here. Well, we should be able to get that station down in... Oh my goodness, that took like 3 hits. That was like basically nothing. Wow. Yeah, I'm going to send you forward. That one, because that is, yeah, 6,000 fleet power. And... yeah, just panning over the map just to see where things are and what we could potentially manage. Obviously, trying to think of where it'll be best to potentially bring through a vanguard. Ooh, ice asteroid. That's interesting. Obviously, just whether we want to hold up a vanguard on Onab and send smaller fleets through to go and attack all the other ones, or if we want to do as we have just done and where we split the fleets so we can push through both sides of the empire between obviously just a few different things. And just get rid of all these notices once again. I do wonder what's in Kolchab and Ovani and Konviab, because they have not been occupied at all. Always makes me slightly nervous. Always makes me slightly nervous. It's very much a, what have you been doing there then? Or rather, what have you not been doing there? Ah, there we go. Just as I was saying, so there's obviously someone there that we don't know about. Let's do a first contact option. And yeah, I think I will send you all the way down here and then we can move the way back up. Hello there, Tim. How has your day been going so far? Hopefully that is more what's been going on in general rather than something that I'm screwing up on the game. Okay, colony development speed done.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Oh yes, you did say. Yes, you did say your friend was visiting and you were going to go and drink. How did I get drunk so hard? I don't know. It was it was your decision. Okay, go for tachyon sensors there, I think, and might as well go for starbase capacity because I get the feeling we're going to start needing that in a moment. Oh, not with your friend, but your student group. Okay, right. Today, well, I'll try and keep the I'll try and keep away from too many of the mechanical rain pounding noises as much as I can. I can't 100% guarantee because some of the events do just bring up some slightly brain hammering noises. So there was another girl from another group because her group decided not to celebrate. Any particular reason why, or just didn't want to? This one we can send all the way up here and grab that. And they are so I suppose I should be glad that you're not drunk enough to be incomprehensible to me. She can't even stand. Oh boy. Oh boy. I would say I can empathise with being drunk, but I've never been drunk, so... And then they said they weren't drunk enough and went to go and drink in the city. Okay, right. And yeah, pretty much what Toxicite said. At least you're not typing random stuff in a drunken haze. Obviously, like, believing in what you're typing is making sense, but what's actually being sent through is incomprehensible.
An alien empire wishes to communicate.
So that's the crystalline things. 1000 fleet power. Right, that is interesting. And the Tet aliens, I have no idea where you are, but let's just start the research on that regardless. Winkwort. Let's just throw it into another research facility again. And you can drink. You mean you can handle your drink or hold your drink. So you walked from your friend's house to mine on foot. From that, I take it was a little bit of a distance to walk. We've not quite taken over these areas yet, but when we can swing back up and grab all of this, seeing as that is like 6,000 anyway. Giant heat globs. The Tanga system. Did you actually just take the one of the territories that I was saying about? It looks like it. 3 kilometers. Ouch. Ow. Okay, yeah, I can understand that one.
Special project complete.
There we go. Crystal focus, adding 5% energy credits from jobs. Yes, I am playing Stellaris. It's been what I've been playing for a couple of weeks. And let's actually get an envoy around as well. We don't need to improve relations with the Glirin Empire because they are one of our vassals now. Again. Yeah, with Stellaris, I am trying to push through to hopefully the mid-game and get things settled there before we flip over to Crusader Kings 3 on Tuesday. And I think I have decided what I'm going to be doing for Crusader Kings 3 now. We first contact the Tiyanki.
An alien empire wishes to communicate.
And that's the kind of noises I said I was going to try and avoid. So what other... Okay, so we've got that one. Oh, and... okay. Whispers in the stone. In the depths of Ceramo Prime's mines are traces of an ancient alien civilization. Magnificent ornamental structures and cavernous chambers telling of a rich culture have been cut expertly from the bedrock, and a system of paved tunnels protected by massive gates leads deeper into the mountains. Exploring the site will be perilous as the mountain is rich with methane gas, known for its explosive qualities. Assign a scientist to begin excavating. Well, we have a scientist right above the planet anyway, so let's excavate. Just taking a moment to check on that Stream Elements notification. Did I remember to take my medication? Yes, I did. Okay, and that is just a standard notification. So that one is fully occupied by us again. Good, so we can go back via this route, most likely. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit winding just to make sure we get all of the points. Such. So how are we doing in terms of this one? Minus 215. Not doing too badly. And then I think if we come down all the way here, because this seems to be where the fleets are starting to amass from. Obviously, if we focus on that, we should be able to start hacking through their defences. And avoid them coming back too much. Taking over small stations and retreating like they are doing at the moment. So... we are doing pretty okay. Obviously we've got our empire here and our vassals in one section. We've got someone who's reasonably sized, and again here as well. Everyone around here seems to be breaking up against the 001 matrix, so we're going to be coming up against them at some point, I imagine. Why you're so fast? Not 100% sure what you are meaning by that. So if you're able to clarify. Okay, the artisan troop.
An alien empire wishes to communicate.
Okay, that is fine. So if you're able to clarify on what you're specifically referring to there, I'll be willing to like discuss or comment. There we go, tradition available. Am I talking so fast? Okay. Did you want me to slow down in my talking? Would you appreciate if I just tried or slowed down a little bit? The Pan-Galactic Alliance. Does that mean... Note the form galactic can... Toxicite, I think you may have drunk a bit. Yeah, maybe. Though there is the potential that I'm talking a bit faster than I normally would because because I'm trying to keep up with the game, or trying to get the game to speed up. So I'll try and modulate my speaking speed a little bit. Okay. Okay, so this one going up here, you should be able to get these stations without too much trouble. You've come through and attacked that one, so we'll send you down to... Is that... Oh, Rathador. I thought that said Rainador for a moment. And made agreement with someone. Someone has broken off. And situation log. Okay, we are actually
breakthrough achieved.
4. So the Tronzal continuance is... Trons IU continuance. Okay, I have no idea where you are for the moment. So we will just ignore that. And our admiral, or one of them anyway, gains the scout trait. Which means, look at that, we actually get increased sensor range. So we now know where some of the fleets actually are. And you are taking down the station there. Is good, and I think we will probably hold as we are there until this one comes across, because like I was saying earlier, we'll be able to push through into this section, get all of that. We have one planet here that we will need to occupy, and then we have 2 over here, so it might be better. Oh, engineering research. Wait, don't tell me. This means we unlocked Titans ages ago, didn't it? This means we unlocked Titans ages ago. Oops. Okay, well, we might as well get the flak cannons just out of the way. And ship designer. Yes! We did get Titans absolutely ages ago. Okay. Titan bow. Or Titan bow is the only one we can have. Titan core and Titan stern. Okay. However... I was going to say, however, we'll change out some of the neutron launchers for something else, but no, that looks like that is only an X size one. So just... Okay, for some reason I thought my phone had started ringing then. Okay, advanced railgun is a no-go. Gamma laser is a no-go. Plasma accelerator maybe. But the neutron launchers do additional armor and hull damage. But what we will do is plasteel armor. No, 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 no. We don't want that. We want crystal infused plating. Thank you very, very much. Okay, and what are the options we can have here? Okay, so that is, yep, the best one that we can have from the looks of it. The artillery advanced or combat computer. Yep, that is good for that one. So, I mean, we could give ourselves a few shields. Let's just see how many. Oh, actually 6 of those is perfect. Overwrite the design, yes, and we can have 1 Titan in our fleet. So I will assign it. You have a skill of 2, you have a skill of 4, you have a skill of 1. Okay, so I'm going to assign it to this one, the Lugek Void Skulkers. So we'll select that one, add the Titan, and of course we're not going to be able to build that until
breakthrough achieved.
We actually have a Titan assembly yard. So must be a shipyard. Not must be a shipyard. So requires the Citadel upgrade. So we definitely need to get that the next time we have it. And one of the empires in the galaxy has been defeated. We are obviously seeing quite a lot of those, and it does look like most of that is because of the 001. Oh, finally we get dark matter drawing, which means we can actually take advantage of that. We can actually take advantage of those bits that are, there's 1 there and 2 there that are in our system. We can finally take advantage of those. I was about to say, where has our other fleet gone? Because I could not see them. I could not see them. But all seems good, and
scientific breakthrough achieved.
half an hour until I need to go and give my cat his dinner. Energy siphon. Okay, well, it's a cheap one. We might as well just get it out of the way. And oh my goodness, okay, wow. We've maxed out our food capacity as well. So, buy tons of alloys once again. So we want 121. We don't care how much those are going to be bought for. We want to sell 100 food. We don't care how much that sells for. And probably we'll actually sell a bunch of crystals as well. So 200, 300. Actually, we'll change that to 105 food to sell. That will put us into the negative. And just wait for that to tick through. And there we go. Yeah, I know it seems a fair bit unusual to just be going through and just willingly selling a bunch of things, but we have hit, well, the maximum storage for our food, the maximum for our energy credits, And we're also the same for the minerals. So while we're doing that, it's better to sell all of those.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Not necessarily to get the money, but free up space. Oh, there's the Citadel upgrade. And then obviously we have a little bit of extra money to just grab a whole load of alloys as well. So we can just clear those through.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Okay, I just clicked away from that just as it finished. Fleet command limit. I know why you keep on giving it to me, but I don't want the fleet command limit. I want naval capacity more than anything. Well, we'll go for the Galactic Stock Exchange. An archaeological site pending. So, the excavation team has dismantled the gates without compromising the integrity of the dig site. The tunnels converge kilometers below the surface in an abandoned city dating many thousand years. It has been built with extraordinary craftsmanship in an environment that is deadly to most organic life. Why am I starting to get the sinking feeling that something big is going to happen? Why do I get the feeling something big is going to happen out of that? Why do I get the feeling that that is going to be our mid-game crisis or similar? I'm getting nervous about that now. Just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit nervous. Oh, everything will be fine. What could possibly go wrong? Well, I suppose you're right. We do have this friendly eldritch horror hanging out in our neighbourhood. It will go just like that, won't it? It'll just be like that. Okay, so why is this minus 206? Demanding unoccupied systems minus 20. Is that honestly just because your capital, I presume this is your capital anyway, hasn't been taken, or is it because, I think it's because we did push down here to get or add some more claims to systems, so we technically still need to grab those two, I guess. Anyway, onwards. Let's fight. And we want to obviously aim for the fleet. Oh boy. I am really, really not looking forward to whatever that dig site is going to be. I'm really not looking forward to that. And look at our fleets swarming in though. Let's look at our fleets flying in. Oh, and we get a couple of shots off and then we engage. We get a couple of shots off and then full engagement. Okay, I am looking at the names of some of these planets and I am a little bit suspicious and concerned because, okay, we have some of them which are just like seem to be randomly generated, but then we have bulb, cloverbed, grasslands, golden flower. When planets in a system are named like this, with this kind of theming, it does generally make me worry. Because that usually means they are important or special in some regards.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Okay, and that was a major battle. I think we lost about 8,000 fleet power from all of that. I think we lost 8,000 fleet power combined. Hey, we can now get the dark matter. And what do we want to go for next? Might as well clear up the plasma cannon thing. I'm really not sure on that.
Warriors are victorious. Enemy planet conquered.
So we'll send you down there, and we'll send you down there. And apparently we are in the positive for food and crystals once again. We don't want that. We don't actually want that, so we'll just sell more of those. And I was going to say, it's like, okay, how much are the alloys selling, or how much are we buying the alloys at? Almost 13 energy credits each. Yep, not a problem, I'm not a bot. Okay, tortured stone. Let's pause for a moment. With no sign of its founders, the city is populated instead by gruesomely grimacing crystal statues posed in lifelike situations as if frozen in time. There were statues operating mines, statues fallen over in agony, statues locked in embrace. It seems unthinkable that the masterly stonecutters capable of such beauty would also make something so crude, yet the statues clearly held great significance in their society. They are featured prominently in carvings all around the city. Okay, I have two thoughts on this. One, this is basically the space equivalent of the Terracotta Warriors, and it is a huge underground city that was created for some afterlife purpose. The second one, considering the title of this excavation is Whispers in the Stone, that they are not crystal statues, but they are statues of crystal people, or statues of people, or people who were made into crystals and then became statues. That is my more intended thought on that one. That is more what I think this is going to be. Okay, so we've got that one. Let's head down to Edamar. And then we can send this one back up and around this way to clean up these systems, because so far I've not seen any fleets coming through that way. I have not seen any fleets coming through that way. And our society scientist has died. So let's go and just grab someone who is not inappropriate for the position. Ooh. Always ever so slightly nerve-wracking. Yeah, that dig site, that archaeological thing on our home planet, that is most likely people who have been turned into crystal. Because as fun as it is to envision something like the Terracotta Warriors I saw in, oh my goodness, a decade ago, that I actually saw a decade ago, as much fun as it would be and as enjoyable as it would be to envision a system like that underneath our home planet, that is not going to happen. That is not going to be true at all. Okay, that was just the same scientist, just double checking. And I'm quite surprised that no one else has really tried to come up against us. I mean, it's probably a good thing in terms of the fact that we have so much fleet power, compared to everyone else. But in terms of obviously what we are doing, we're slightly steamrolling the galaxy. Oh, and here we go. We finally get a fleet coming from that section. Are you... You are not trying to go for the hyper relay. You are just going for the standard system transfer. And then if we send you up and over to there. So I'm just curious, how are you doing? You are classed as superior to us. And 8,000 diplomatic weight. Let's see, what do we have? 5 point. Okay, we've gone up 600. We've gone up 600, but still. A galactic stock exchange. Auto-curating vault. And we'll just wait, as the Citadel is going to be 2 months to completion. One last station. Hopefully you'll be able to manage that. Otherwise the next one is up there. And you would go, yeah, all the way home to actually reinforce. So what I'll do is I'll send you across there and complete that one. I mean, the paths along the hyper relays look very, very nice.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Okay. Fire auto cannon, kinetic battery. I don't think the kinetic battery. It may be. I can't quite recall. Yeah, that may be a half decent one to actually get. So we'll just do that. Okay. Trackman system once again being attacked by pirates. 1,000 fleet power. You know, honestly, I should probably just make a tiny little anti-piracy fleet. Like that. That is 2,000 fleet power. And just reinforce it. And Gil Prim. Let's just assign you to the base there. And we might as well just kind of set you up to probably just do kind of a loop around. Oh yes, we can also do the research station there. We don't have another construction ship nearby. Let's just go over here and build another one. Okay, yeah. I'm going to risk sending you in. It doesn't actually look like you have any defensive platforms, just the station itself. No hazards or anything of the sort. Just the station itself and a red giant.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
A red giant sun. Okay, what is happening around here that I'm being told about? Nothing too much. Okay, so let's just go through all of these systems. So say, excuse you should be following them. Oh, and there's some more fleet power. Okay, and there's our anti-piracy fleet. So we might as well just do that and hope I remember how to do a patrol. Okay, translations of the carvings reveal they all revolve around the enigmatic statues called the Ka Lanka. Never are the stonecutters themselves mentioned. The Ka Lanka creation myth, however, tells of a race of godlike creatures who breathed life into the mountain and birthed the Ka Lanka from fire and stone deep within the world's molten core. Could the stonecutters have imagined themselves as gods over their creations? Or were the statues perhaps created in their image? So another step closer to finishing that, but we are still a while away from resolving it completely. Okay, just checking on the time, 10 to 9. Okay, so set up a patrol between their current location and the target location. Okay, has that been done? Automatic patrolling. So that should help if we actually go and look at the trade routes. Yes, so we can see there's piracy here and piracy here. This one is not connected for whatever reason. It is now. So this one, yes, connected. Only getting 81% from Aurelia because obviously there's the piracy there and the piracy there. But that should resolve itself in a short while. And then when we have obviously some of this territory as one of our vassals, that should be fine. Okay, so yes, you should be automatically patrolling now. Yes, that's highlighted. Good. Okay. Good. Got that one sorted. Fine, I'll take the fleet command limit again. Okay, and apparently that wasn't enough to take on that. So we'll have to rest and regroup. Well, it will give us a bit of time to reinforce our ships. Will not be a problem. And then what else can consider doing? There's our 10,000 fleet power. We want to go for the ship. I just love all of the multicolored weapons that are around, though. I just love that. Oh, we've got Zhuo here. Are we actually... Okay, we're not getting that, but we could potentially set up or force a trading situation with this empire and get that. Okay, so we wanted to do that, and that. We've finished those sections off. And look at that, we are controlling almost all of the territory. Almost all of the territory.
They are assaulting our spaceport.
Oh, who is that? Ah, a Golkverki escape pod drifted into our space recently after a particularly violent clash between two warring clans. Border Patrol units intercepted the pod and opened it. The Admiral has pledged to serve us until death at no cost. So, yes, we can say welcome aboard, Admiral. So, who... Okay, just a space amoeba. Just a space amoeba. Let's have a look at this new Admiral. Okay, so just the same mercenary warrior that we already have. So no worries there. We have enough, more than enough influence to cover the cost of having an extra one. What I do think I'm going to do is reduce that a tiny bit.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Well, it looks like people have realised how much the alloys were selling for, dumped a bunch into... Oh, goodness. Dumped a bunch into the market and price has dropped massively now. Might as well just complete out the Durasteel armour. And let's have a look. Yes, we can upgrade to a citadel. So this is where one, I will say one, of our Titan construction things, very eloquent today, is going to be. And I think our other one is going to be over here in Aurelia, just because that is on the other side of our empire. And let me have a look. Okay, so piracy. So this is just telling us that there is piracy around, and obviously this one is never... Okay, trade value is greater than piracy suppression. Okay, so there's going to be a little bit of an issue there. I'm sure we can arrange that a little bit better in the near future. And of course, I'm saying about people tossing alloys into the market because the price is higher. Well, the price has now jumped up again. There we go. A material scan of the Karl Lanka statues has revealed they were in fact once alive, and their genetic composition resembles no other we have encountered before. They are a silicone-based life form that have somehow reverted back to a lifeless crystal state. Is it possible the stonecutters really did find a way to create life from fire and stone? Okay, so it looks like we have one more section on that. But yes, I was very much thinking, yeah, those are not lifelike statues. Those are live statues. Minus 166. So demanding surrender and vassalize war goal are both minus 100. But hopefully we'll be able to actually manage that at some point. Oh no, the 001 matrix has a gateway. That's not good. That is not going to be good.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
I do not want to be on the receiving end of wherever that gateway is going to be. Archimitter. I think that one's good, is it? Maybe. Maybe I'm going to go for it anyway. And yeah, go on. We'll go for leader enhancement selected lineages. And we'll get that one out of the way as well. So you are still missing. You'll return in about a year and a half. Okay, so I'm going to turn off the take point and then turn it back on. And then this one, I'm going to change to aggressive. So hopefully you will get the message. Hopefully you will get the message and start following along once more. There we are on top speed still. There we go, you are moving along with the fleet. Good. That is what I wanted to see. So not the shroud. I don't overly care about that. And essential perks, that is fine. So where is that form galactic council thing? It is all the way down there. Wow. Okay, and apparently there's a bunch of people in violation or in breach of galactic law. Military Readiness Act. Oh jeez. Okay, I think I may just from the hiccups.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Okay, so quite a lot of people are in violation just because they're not using half or more than half of their naval capacity. Okay, there's neutronium armor. Metallurgist output, we will go for that one. Yeah, neutronium armor, tier 5. Oh my goodness, stop producing so much stuff. I can't keep selling it. Oh, I mean I can, but I'm very much tanking the cost. Galactic violation, what is up with that? So this is something that actually I've only really started to see in effect. So actually, if you'll give me a couple of minutes, it is just hit 9 o'clock. So I will go and feed my cat. I will run a couple of adverts while I'm doing so. And then when I get back, I will explain what the galactic violations are. I will... Oh, apparently I didn't complete that posture check. Sorry! So yeah, I will just quickly go and do that, and I'll come back and explain it to the best of my knowledge in a moment. Let me just get this up, and there we go. I'll run some adverts. Okay, Happy Giddy is now filling his belly. Let's clear all of that and get back into the game. So, the galactic community, we can have a bunch of resolutions, and you can, if you have the spare influence, which I generally don't tend to have, you can go through and actually propose one of these yourselves. I don't think there's any benefit to doing so. So anyway, okay, so let me go and have a look. So, sanctions, commerce and industry. So, empires that have been denounced or are in breach of galactic law have penalties applied to them. So this would be minor economic sanctions, and then obviously moderate and major. So you would obviously, you have to have minor before you can go to moderate, and moderate before you can go to major. And then some of the other things, so you can, let me just see, because obviously there's some of these that are obviously ones that you have to always abide by, regardless of what you think. And some of them you can just be in violation of by yourself. So let me have a look. So yeah, there's a fair few things here. So yeah, you're gonna have to bear with me a moment, because there are a few things I cannot 100% remember. Obviously you have to go through and read pretty much all of them. Please. This is why I basically never dive into this section, because it is just, I know obviously what it intends to do. It's like obviously like the Galactic UN, but it's still trying to find like trying to actually find which one. Okay, so I know the space fauna one. This is basically one of the few that I actually do know. So you have Tianki Pest Control or Tianki Conservation Act. So, Tianki Pest Control. Any empire with Tianki inside their borders are in breach of galactic law until the creatures are destroyed or leave of their own accord. And conversely, the Tianki Conservation Act. Any empire that kills a Tianki will be considered in breach of galactic law. Now, the interesting thing is that one of those can be applied before there's any kind of sanctions applied. So someone can be in breach of galactic law but have no penalties applied to them. So if we come over here, so the other one that I know of is the Military Readiness Act, which is, oh my goodness, let me find that. So that one is here. So galactic community members that are not vassals of another empire that are using less than half of their naval capacity are in breach of galactic law. So we may very well be in breach of galactic law in a moment, just because our naval capacity is, well, we'd need to go down to 105 to be in breach of galactic law. And for what would happen to us means that we would have a reduction in our monthly unity and an increase in our diplomatic influence cost. It's probably one of those things that is much more useful and much more actively used in multiplayer than it is in single player. So yeah, honestly, we're probably going to end this war, and we are going to be in breach of the Military Readiness Act just because we've lost so many ships and so much fleet power. Which, speaking of, we actually have a research station we can build there to get the dark matter, and we can disband this one. There we go. Is it a defensive pack? Not really, because you do have there are a couple of other options where let me go into it again. So sanctions, mutual defense. So we have the enemy of my enemy grants the counter-attack casus belli on empires that are not galactic community members and are in an offensive war against a galactic community member. So it's in how hard it stops you. Well, I mean, it can be, but like I said, so minor military sanctions has been proposed. So obviously empires that have been denounced or in breach of galactic law have penalties applied to them. But the thing is, it's like we've got some of these empires in breach of the Military Readiness Act and are having sanctions applied to them. But the sanctions aren't really related to what they're in breach of, if that makes sense. And your old white kitty is deciding to say hello to me as you try and chat on your phone. Aww. Let's say hello and give some head or chin scratches to the kitty, whatever the kitty prefers. But yeah. As far as I understand it, it's kind of a way for empires that are potentially very, very powerful, that are ignoring like what the Galactic Council wants to do, to kind of shave off a little bit of their power. How successful that is, I have no idea, because I've never really encountered that myself.
Construction complete.
Okay, so we have now... Oh, apparently one of our admirals just died. Whoever that was, I have no idea. I have no idea. So what do we have here? Oh, interesting. So you're a military group then? I presume
initiating ground assault.
I presume
Victory
they've
shall be ours.
been in the game for a while, because I presume they would have been added in with the standard, like the other artisan troops and whatnot. So partly occupied. Is this one actually really powerful, or relatively? No. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Our warriors are victorious. Enemy planet conquered.
We are losing a lot of corvettes in all of this. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or not, because obviously they are the cheapest ones for us to build and also maintain. So I don't know. I don't know if them being the ones that are almost always just being continually destroyed is a good thing or not.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Naval capacity, finally! Finally! Oh my goodness. That took way too long to come through. That took way too long to come through. Okay, and you're going to be returning in about 4 months. That's still going to be a while. How dangerous are you? 3.6. So the answer is not at all. And then obviously we're going to need to come down here for this 12,500 one. Okay, an admiral has been supervising the repairs of the one that's in attack. All gains the engineer trait. Daily hull and daily armor regen plus 0.5%. Nice. Nice. Of course, I'm saying that we are down to 1 cruiser and 2 battleships in that fleet, so yeah. Hey, I think honestly we are going to actually have to start building up extra resource silos for all of this. I think that may actually be where some of our ring worlds, or not ring worlds, orbital rings are going to go towards. We do have a planet here. 166 garrison and a tiny little transport fleet. I am seriously getting so many hiccups today, it is ridiculous. And Gis corvettes are just expendable since they're so easily replaced. Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying. Like, I know when you get to a point, it just basically becomes a rock, paper, scissors game. Where it's like, one type of ship is weak to this, which is weak to this other one, which is then weak to the first one, or something similar to that. Okay, and it lacks enough housing for everyone. But you're not wrong there. So we could get that alien zoo back. So what do we actually have? So obviously luxury residences gives us some amenities as well. Military academy. Obviously some of these things I've not really looked at, like, at all. So research institute. That would be a very, very good one to build here. So researcher output plus 15%, considering we've already gone ridiculously hard. We've already gone ridiculously hard on the research. So I think if we actually replace this one with the luxury residences, and then we put down the research institute for the next one, that should be good for us.
Initiating ground assault.
Okay, and there's our final, hopefully, ground assault going on. 158, or minus 158. This is gonna be a while. And yes, we had the archaeological site finished. Okay, the stonecutters are the Kalanka, or Kalanka. Closer study of their remains has shown that they were crystallized when their silicone-based molecules bonded with oxygen, forming quartz. Oh. The Kalanka habitat is at a depth where oxygen does not occur naturally. They developed as an anaerobic life form, suffering horrendously excruciating and drawn-out deaths on exposure to air. Surveys of the tunnel system confirm the suspicions of our scientists. Until the first archaeology team pierced the tunnel system, the Kalanka civilization was still alive and thriving. We killed them! Oh my goodness, we killed them! Our discoveries here have led to the invention of a technique where crystals are manufactured synthetically by oxidating artificially grown silicone-based cell clusters. What the hell? What the hell? Unlocks Kalanka crystal plant. Produces 2 rare crystals. Translucent drops +3. What? Oh my goodness. So basically we had a civilization under our feet on our home planet. Maybe we shouldn't have investigated. I feel like we shouldn't have investigated. Yeah, where has that come in then? Or is it not actually come in yet?
Our warriors are victorious. Enemy planet conquered.
Oh dear. Okay, I'm really not sure if that's actually glitched out because we didn't have an actual space for it, because we don't have we don't have what it was actually saying about, so oh well. Oh my goodness. I just... What? Oh my goodness, what? I don't even know what to say about that. I have no... Oh my goodness, I have no idea. Anyway, we could do a resource silo up here. Anyway, you are going back to assisting research. Okay. In all of the time, I have really been obviously thinking and playing Crusader Kings. Like, thinking about and playing Crusader Kings 2, Crusader Kings 3, and just general stuff. That is probably the first time I've actually felt genuinely guilty and a little bit horrified. It's the first time I've actually felt that way. Because obviously it's not a situation where I was explicitly told what was going to happen. It was just, oh, we found this, like these ore things. Do we want to investigate the tunnels that we found, or do we want to dig down and investigate where the tunnels go? And I just went, yeah, we'll investigate where the tunnels go. And I accidentally exterminated a whole race of people. I accidentally exterminated a whole race of people. That is the first time I felt genuinely guilty. Okay, so that was what I was thinking it was, the focused arc emitter. Oh my goodness. Wow. I genuinely feel bad. I genuinely do feel bad now.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Okay, so we should have that resource silo being built up. So 50, okay, yeah. So we will cancel and remove all of these. So we're actually back to just gulping down huge amounts of energy, minerals and food at a ridiculous amount. Because that will head up to 35,000 shortly. And then we could probably build up a few more.
Complete.
Oh, there we go. There's our citadel. And here is our Titan assembly yard being built. We can have a maximum of 29 defense platforms there. An ion cannon counts for 8.
Construction complete.
I think. And there is our resource silo available on that area. So there we go, 35,000. And I think just to adjust a few things, we'll sell 100 food and 400 crystals, just to avoid us getting too close to that 35,000 too quickly. And just basically reorganize everything. And obviously the alloys are going to be way too expensive for us to manage, but that will allow us to get the energy credits back to a reasonable level. We want to obviously reinforce and upgrade, and we need a new leader. Well, you will do. Oh my goodness. Okay. Still a minus 154. So yeah, we may need to just keep building up our military might. You are obviously being upgraded there, and we will send you up to that section. We definitely are going to need to figure out what we're going to do with our, or this Ascension perk slot and our next one, because we could always become the Crisis. We could always become the Crisis. So which ones are we locked out of? Xenocompatibility, Engineered Evolution, Evolution Mastery, the Flesh is weak and Synthetic Evolution, because we've gone the Psionic route. Okay, Master Builders or Galactic Wonders we can still get. So we can build Ring World, Matter Decompressor, Dyson Sphere with that one. And then Master Builders, Mega Structure Build Speed plus 50% and Mega Structure Build Capacity plus 1. Obviously those are going to be end game things. Ecology Project, Voidborn. Not really Transcendent Learning. Imperial Prerogative could be just a nice one. Empire Size for Planets minus 50% just to have. Obviously the Mastery of Nature. Decision that permanently increases the maximum number of districts a planet can support by 2. Galactic Contender. That could also be useful when, or I say when, it's probably more if we get to the endgame crisis.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Because we are going to be wrapping this up on Saturday regardless, because we are starting Crusader Kings 3, all of Iberia on Tuesday, no matter what. No matter what. Okay, and you are a construction ship. Oh my goodness. 7% health. You poor, poor thing. You poor, poor thing. Okay, so we've still got you upgrading.
Our ships have been made superior.
There we go, and we can send you hopefully all the way down here. 12,500. And then we are sending another 8,000 across, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we will be able to meet up at some convergent point. So we have 2 unemployed people here. Well, you know what we're going to do? More research labs and just keep. We're getting still plus 7 exotic gases a month. And you know what? I'm going to upgrade this one as well. Oh, there we go. Right, it was an upgrade. The Kalanka crystal plant. It was an upgrade to the synthetic crystal plant. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Now more crystals on the market. We definitely need more amenities here. So we will go for the Hollow Theatres. Opal Galactic Authority, the subject of one of our enemies, has entered the war against us. Oh. You're talking... Okay, no, you're not talking about those little guys. The Opal... Okay, of course I can't click on any of these things because we've got them all occupied. And I can't click on that either. Okay, so the Opal... Oh, right there, okay. But unfortunately, you need to come against the Julian Alliance, which is... Okay, still pathetic, admittedly. I actually have eyes on any fleet power of yours. I do not. But anyway, we should be able to wrap this up at some point. I keep saying that, and I keep thinking I'm going to believe that. Yeah, alright, no problem, Toxicite. Yep, you have a good night as well, and I'll actually message you on Discord just to let you know what start for Crusader Kings 3 Fate of Iberia I have decided on. I'll let you know. Okay, and where is... Oh my goodness, you're all the way back there, right. Okay, so that's just a random encryption key that we've been given. And I think let's just go and hunker down there. Okay, so the Manticore's Corsair is absolutely fine, and now we pretty much are just going to be playing the waiting game for this. So while I actually wait for that, I'm going to go and just have a look to see if there's anyone online that I can go and raid when we finish up, just to see if anyone's, well, kind of keep an eye on who's around, if anyone interesting pops up while we are wrapping up.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
The mining station output. And let's do the advanced habitat, so we can actually upgrade that at some point when we have it on, and make sure that we actually have it available. And keep going. You are going to take forever, aren't you? Yes, you are. Ugh. Can we get someone with gale speed? Not easily. Very much not easily. Okay, I give up on that. I give up on that. And I say, why are you go? Right, do you not work as scientists then? Okay, the gold quirky. Awesome deviants. No, there's nothing saying about not working as scientists. There's perfectly good scientist jobs for you to do. Perfectly good scientist jobs. Or maybe not, maybe they have already been taken. Oh dear. Okay, so how many? +6. That would be 2, 4. Let's just go all in. Let's just go all in on that. And then obviously the Research Institute, so that's going to bump us up a bit more. Hopefully, anyway. Gosh, why are you taking so bloody long? Yeah, well, it honestly feels like we're just going to have to be sitting around here and waiting for a while. So I may actually make an executive decision. So obviously this war is to vassalize. And obviously we can't even settle the status quo. Like, we can't even really settle a status quo. I wonder if half of this is just simply because we are technically at war with more than just this group. We're also at war with this group whom we haven't even touched.
Scientific
Could be a
breakthrough
reason.
achieved.
That could be a reason. So I'm thinking that I am probably going to call it here. Off stream, I am going to go and play this until the war is completed, or a big major in-game event happens, like the a mid-game crisis or some such, so that we can start on Saturday with a, well, not a clean slate, but we can start off right where things should get good and interesting, rather than just waiting around for this war to end. So, with that said, let me bring this up. Okay, so we will obviously start finishing up the stream here, and thank you very much to everyone who's popped in to chats, thrown a follow, donated any kind of bits, or tipped any bits, done any donations. And I will go and find someone for us to raid. So we've got a fair few people, or I've got a fair few people on for today. So let's have a look. And I think, honestly, let's go and say hello to someone who is playing RimWorld. So let me just arrange my things, and we will go and raid this person. So, and we want /raid. Oh, yep. Join me to raid this person. Say hello. And I will see you on the next stream on Saturday, where hopefully we will be able to wrap this up without it being too long a stream. And then we can yeah, go on to Crusader Kings 3. So, thank you all very much, everyone, and I will see you next time.